You deleted a file a few days ago. Maybe it was a photo, a private document, an old project, or something you simply never wanted to see again. You deleted it, emptied the recycle bin, and Windows basically told you the file was permanently gone. Or maybe you skipped the recycle bin completely and used Shift+Delete. Either way, you probably assumed the data disappeared from your drive. But that is not always what happened. Under the right conditions, the actual information that made up that file may still exist somewhere on the storage device. And this is one of the reasons digital forensic investigators can sometimes recover files long after the owner believes they are gone. The FBI has even documented real criminal investigations where forensic examination of digital storage exposed information hidden inside deleted data. Today, I'm going to permanently delete files from my own drive and then try to bring them back. But more importantly, we're going deep into why this is possible, how file systems really delete data, raw recovery, file signatures, fragments, metadata, slack space, page files, cloud copies, memory forensics, SSD trim, encryption, and what actually has to happen before a file becomes extremely difficult or impossible to recover. Everything shown in this video is performed on storage and data owned by us for educational and cybersecurity awareness purposes. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and watch the video till the end. So let's get into the video soon. Let's get started. I have placed several different files on this drive: images, videos, documents, archives, and a few other file types. Now I'm going to select them and use Shift+Delete. Windows asks whether I want to permanently delete these files. Let's do it. And now they're gone. They're not inside the folder, they're not inside the recycle bin, and searching for them normally gives us nothing. But the word permanently is doing a lot of work here. In many normal file deletion situations, Windows doesn't immediately go through the physical storage and overwrite every byte belonging to that file. Instead, the file system removes or changes the information it uses to keep track of that file and marks its storage space as available for reuse. The original data may remain there until something else eventually overwrites it. Think about a library. The library has thousands of books and a catalog telling you exactly where every book is located. If somebody removes one entry from the catalog, you can search that catalog all day and conclude that the book doesn't exist. But somebody who ignores the catalog and physically searches the shelves may still find the book sitting exactly where it was. That's roughly the situation we're dealing with. So if normal Windows Explorer no longer knows where our deleted files are, we need something capable of looking deeper than Explorer. For this experiment, I'm using wondershare Recoverit. It can work with more than 1,000 file types and recover data from internal and external drives, USB drives, SD cards, cameras, and several other storage sources. Recoverit also includes dedicated options for situations such as emptied recycle bins, crashed computers, NAS and Linux storage, as well as enhanced recovery for fragmented high-resolution video. But the important thing isn't just clicking a recover button. Let's understand what a recovery program actually has to find. This is the main interface. Instead of asking Windows to give us the deleted file back, we're selecting the storage device where those bytes originally existed. Once I start the scan, Recoverit reads the storage to identify recoverable information. Wondershare describes its recovery process as read-only, which is extremely important because writing new information to the source drive could overwrite the exact data we're trying to recover. Just a quick heads up, I'm giving away lifetime access to our latest cybersecurity software Red Team Builder completely for free. All you have to do is comment yes below because it could be you. Back to the video. And this brings us to the first major forensic technique, file system recovery. A file system such as NTFS doesn't just store your document. It also maintains records describing files, their locations, sizes, timestamps, and other information. When a file is deleted, some of those records can sometimes remain useful long enough for recovery software or forensic tools to identify what used to exist. But what happens when those records are damaged or completely missing? That's when file carving becomes interesting. Many file types contain recognizable structures, JPEG images, zip archives, PDFs, MP4 videos, and other formats contain patterns that software can use to identify them. A recovery program can therefore examine storage for those structures instead of relying completely on the file name or folder Windows used to show you. Wondershare's own recovery documentation notes that when file system metadata is gone, recovered data may have to be identified through raw signatures, file type, size, and preview instead of its original name. That's why a deep recovery can sometimes return something like a perfectly valid photograph, but without the original file name or folder. The operating system forgot the label. The storage didn't necessarily forget the content. And then we have fragmentation. Large files are not guaranteed to sit in one perfectly continuous piece of storage. Parts of a file may exist in different locations. Recovering individual fragments is much easier than correctly rebuilding the complete original file, especially with large videos. Recoverit's enhanced recovery is specifically designed for this problem. Wondershare says it scans, collects, and matches video fragments for recovering large 4K and 8K video files. Now the scan is already finding data, but deleted file recovery is only one layer of digital forensics. Modern computers constantly create additional traces without asking you. On a Windows NTFS drive, for example, Windows keeps much more than the file itself. The file system maintains structures describing what existed on the disk, where data was allocated, timestamps, directory relationships, and other file system information. Investigators can examine artifacts such as the master file table, or MFT, and other NTFS metadata to reconstruct activity even when a normal Windows folder no longer shows the original file. Recoverit gives us the practical side of that same idea. Instead of depending only on what Windows Explorer currently recognizes, it scans the selected storage and builds its own list of recoverable information from what still exists underneath the normal user interface. And there is a real FBI case that demonstrates exactly why this matters. In 2005, serial killer Dennis Rader, known as BTK, sent a computer disk while communicating with authorities. According to the FBI, forensic examination of that disk revealed information inside a deleted file, including the name Dennis and information connecting it to a Wichita church. Investigators combined that digital evidence with other information and eventually identified Rader. One deleted file, one storage device, and information the sender apparently believed wasn't visible anymore. But your storage drive isn't even the end of the story. Windows uses something called a page file. When memory pressure increases, parts of information that would normally live in RAM can be written to disk. Linux uses swap for a similar purpose. Hibernation can go even further by saving large portions of the computer's memory state to storage, so the machine can continue later. That means fragments of information can sometimes exist in places you never manually saved them. This is the real lesson behind digital forensics. The file you remember creating may not be the only trace your computer created. Now look at this. These are files Windows told us were permanently deleted, but Recoverit has created an entirely new view of the storage based on what its scan was able to identify. That is why the results can be separated by file type: images, videos, documents, archives, audio. Different file formats have different internal structures, headers, containers, and signatures. A deep scan can use those characteristics to classify data even when Windows no longer has a normal directory entry pointing to it. Recoverit then turns that low-level scan into something we can actually use. Instead of manually examining sectors or hexadecimal data, like a forensic analyst would have to do with lower-level tools, Recoverit organizes the results and lets us narrow them using file type, size, dates, deleted status, and available path information. Let's go into images. Here are the deleted images from our test. And this preview button is much more important than it looks. And this becomes even more difficult with large media files. Videos are especially interesting because large recordings can become fragmented across different regions of storage. The beginning of a video may exist in one location, another section somewhere else, and the remaining data in completely different blocks. Recoverit's enhanced recovery is designed specifically for this type of fragmented video recovery. Instead of treating every discovered piece as an independent file, It can analyze video fragments and attempt to match related pieces so that the original recording can be reconstructed. That's a much deeper technical problem than simply finding a deleted file name. And if a recovered media file still contains damaged structures, Recoverit also includes repair capabilities for supported videos, photos, and documents. So we basically have three different technical stages: discovery, finding data that Windows no longer exposes; reconstruction, rebuilding fragmented information into the original file structure; repair, correcting certain damaged structures inside a recovered file so that applications can open it properly. Now let's select our test files. And notice something important. I'm saving the recovered files onto a different drive. This is exactly what you want during any serious recovery operation, because writing recovered files back onto the source device could overwrite sectors containing another deleted file that hasn't been recovered yet. Recoverit keeps our workflow extremely simple while following that same basic recovery logic. Now let's open them. That is the proof. Windows considered these files permanently deleted. There was no normal file system path available to us through Explorer, but Recoverit scanned beneath that normal interface, identified recoverable information, organized it, let us validate it through Preview, reconstructed the selected data, and restored the files. No magic happened. We simply went deeper than Windows Explorer. Today, we permanently deleted our files. Windows stopped showing them. The recycle bin couldn't help us. Search couldn't find them. But that did not mean the underlying information disappeared at exactly the same moment. Wondershare Recoverit scanned the storage beneath the normal Windows interface, identified recoverable data, separated what it found into useful categories, allowed us to filter and preview the results, reconstructed our selected files, and restored them onto another drive. And once you understand what is happening underneath, the whole process makes much more sense. So the next time Windows asks whether you're sure you want to permanently delete something, you'll understand why investigators don't automatically take the word permanent literally. And if you accidentally lose your own important files, the most important thing is to act quickly. Stop writing unnecessary data to that storage and use Wondershare Recoverit to scan it, while the underlying information still has the highest chance of being recoverable. Check Wondershare Recoverit through the link in the description. Hackers are using 13 hidden CMD commands right now to take over computers, and you could be next. I've exposed all of them in this video. Click here to watch, and I will see you there. So click on it. What are you waiting for?